All right, folks, I think we're live. I think I'm battling the chat here. If anyone pops in, say something in the chat. I'm trying out a couple new things. I don't know if half of it's going to work, but we're going to be doing my league here once we get going in a second. What's up, Matt D? Yeah, I don't know why. We may have to go. All right, that one works. So I think we'll go with that for now, and I'll figure out. What's up, footballer? Give me 1 second here. Apologies. You're good. That's good. And I think I got those. We'll see how this goes. Can anyone watching, can you hear me fine, see me fine? Does everything look normal-ish? Still not sure. Sounds fine. Appreciate it. All right. We'll roll with this. A couple things are not going the way I originally had planned, but what's up, Gucci Golf? Things are good. Trying out a couple different things, and some of which is not working. That's why I ended up moving the stream back a little bit just to see if I can figure out why certain things aren't working. But some good games over the weekend with NFL. Honestly, the Patriots game was probably the worst to watch out of all of them. Low scoring game, not a ton happened, but what was I going to do over here? All right. Sorry about that. I think we're good. More experimentation needs to be done. Vertical stream and horizontal, nice. I'm trying a couple different things amongst others, glitchy golf, but I was trying something different for the chat, which doesn't seem to be working. So I kind of had to switch some stuff on the fly. But how's everyone doing on this fine, chilly afternoon? I was starting to say, really good games throughout the NFL. Saturday and Sunday, 2 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday, 1 more tonight. Patriots, luckily, I'm a big Patriots fan. Patriots got the win. Wasn't the prettiest. I kind of had a feeling. I was saying throughout this year that the playoffs are a little bit different, and I'd watch out for a team like Buffalo that's been there a good amount of times versus someone like the Patriots, that younger team, newer head coach kind of thing. I know Vrabel's coached before, but pretty young team. And I think, I don't know, I mean, the Chargers played good defense. Patriots had pretty good defense too, but Drake May just didn't seem to – he moved the ball at times okay, but a couple turnovers sucked, and then they just couldn't punch it in and finish a drive. So it was like all field goals. But all the games were pretty good to watch. But I'm going to take my time warming up. Haven't hit balls in 2 days. And after that, while I was testing some newer stuff today, I figured we would do something where if my mind is kind of focused on part of some of this other stuff, that we'll do my league. Because although I want to play well and set the bar, it's not like a competitive league that if things go sideways, it's not that big of a deal. For anyone new, the software, it's called GSPro. I am using, in terms of my launch monitor, it's called the Square Golf Launch Monitor. Currently, this is my Taylormade P770 approach wedge, which is 51 degrees. Using the Maxfli Tour X Star Red and USA Star Pattern balls. Put out another video today. I was optimistic on those Tour X Align balls, but go watch the video, decide for yourself. I love the production side of streaming for sure. I do. It's fun trying some new stuff. And it's nice when you try stuff and it actually works. Where I get frustrated sometimes is I like having everything just to be able to kind of like be repeatable. So when like you try new stuff and like right now how some of the stuff isn't working, now it's like 5 more can of worms that I gotta go try to investigate why something's not working. But it is fun if you're able to tinker and actually get it to work. which I will eventually. It's just how's everyone's weekend? Like edits, making content more side. I'm kind of the opposite. I think the tech side is pretty fun, like using different stuff. I like that stuff. I honestly I hate editing. Um, I think it's probably along the lines of like I was never, still not super like artistically inclined in terms of like instruments or drawing or like that kind of stuff. So I feel like that editing kind of falls into that. Oh, that is a scold approach wedge right there. What's up, Stice Man? How are we looking? How are we sounding? All right, that was a better swing. That was hit well. That was compressed. I hit down on it. And I didn't have to swing hard to do it. All's well, mate. Stice Man, we want to start advertising and hyping up what we talked about. What was that, yesterday? Or we want to keep it a surprise? I feel like we gotta let people know and kind of get some of your pot stirring going. I do real estate media. More artistic for sure. That's cool. So you doing like those, I'm assuming, real estate media? My mind goes to like those cool walkthrough videos where like I saw one the other day where the guy, the realtor, they edited it to where it looked like he was like with it was almost like on a wheel, kind of like almost an indoor flyover kind of thing. It was like flying through the house. Maybe it was a drone, I don't know, but either that or someone walking and smoothed it out, and then the realtor would like pop into like different spots as he was showing the house. It was kind of cool. Build the hype. All right, me and Stice Man are going mano y mano on Friday, probably right around. You said noon, Stice, so we'll call it 1 o'clock my time. I'm gonna try to challenge the Twisted Sticks pitch and putt master right now, Stice Man. We're gonna go head to head. Weekend was chill. Might not get below 10. That'd be nice. The past 2 days were kind of a double-edged sword. I needed a little bit of recovery and time off, but it was warmer, so it was like I kind of wanted to be out here. A little bit cooler today. It's supposed to be, I think we have like one day. When is it? Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. It's supposed to be like mid 40s. Right now it's 38 in the garage, which isn't terrible, but we're going to have some more of those stretches of like 15, 20 degrees, which sucks. This isn't even that bad. I can live with 40, but those 5 and 10 degree increments after that. 2 streams, Stice Man. He's in the other one. You do drone stuff, not FPV. That's still cool. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was cool. That's not bad. I mean, I'm swinging still pretty smooth, but like that swing doesn't feel bad. 100 yards, baby draw, 10,000 spin on that. Shout out to the Tor X. But it makes sense. Remember Seadrum told me a couple months ago that really spin, people always think about like your grooves and whatnot on your wedges, which obviously they matter, but really most of the spin comes from compression, which I never knew. So that's why you always get a ton more spin on those fuller wedge shots where the speed's up. Alex Dice Man finding his way around. No, not two cameras, Dice Man. I spent a good amount of time, probably too much time, over the weekend trying to figure some stuff out. And half of it's not working, so we'll see. All right, pitch and wedge. It's only been 2 days. It feels like I haven't hit balls in forever. I don't know about that first one. That one seems a little more. That felt about the same. I thought that first one was a little short, but it had 10,000 on it. It's possible. I mean, it's a pitch and wedge. I think it's like 45, 47 degrees. I don't remember. Maybe 43. I don't know. It's not as strong lofted as my other ones were, but I don't know about 10,000 with a pitch and wedge. You haven't played it? Have you not played this, Dice Man? I wait. Usually for like when these courses come out, there was like, I remember like all the SGT tours were here. There was like probably 3 to 5 leagues that all played this. So I try to space it out to where you have a bunch of leagues and events all on the same course. You kind of get sick of them. So I try to put them further back in my list. This has been out for a while, but I'm just surprised. I probably played this like, I think probably 5 times maybe already. Yeah, it's all Stice Man, all OBS. It's like a plug-in or something. It doesn't feel like I quite have that pop. The swing doesn't feel too bad. I'm swinging kind of smoother. But I don't feel like I have that. That full pop. Catch him a little thin too, so I think it's picking up spin. Usually that's closer to like a 125, 130. We're going about 5 short on that with the pitch and wedge. I do it for a dual. Yeah, I saw the other day. You said you were using something else though, right? You don't use OBS? I just like OBS because it's free. What was I about to say? Oh, I think this is only temporary though, because YouTube is, they already have it. YouTube, I don't know if you guys that stream have it. There's a dual stream functionality. So I've tried it before, and as of right now, I think they're rolling out basically the two feeds into one. Probably to the bigger people first. But right now, I have the option to select dual stream on YouTube, so it's going to be coming. You can just do it without having to set anything else up. As of right now, for mine, it auto crops it just to the middle of my horizontal stream, so like you don't see anything. So that's why I'm doing the two separate ones. But coming, I probably would think maybe in a month or two, you'll have the capability of sending two different streams, or not even two different streams. I think you can send the one and then you can customize the other one all within YouTube. Oh. What's up, crushing it? They told me I had access, so little people have it. We have the dual stream, but what I'm saying is probably everyone has that now. What I'm saying is the auto crop, which mine is still at 2, to where, like I was saying, it just crops to the dead center of the middle of the screen, which wouldn't be great. Versus more customizable. That's what's coming to. I don't have that yet. You probably don't have that yet either. The Sticeman, the one that YouTube, it's basically I'm doing like a workaround right now in OBS just because the full functionality isn't. But as soon as YouTube's doing all this on their end, once they release it to everyone, that's the nice thing. All like the views and everything goes to one, and they combine the chat on both. So YouTube's going to do all that on their end. I'm doing a bunch of workarounds right now until that actually happens. That was pretty chunky. I don't know. Maybe you do glitchy golf. Maybe you got lucky, and I just wasn't selected out of those. But all I have is the toggle. Pulling up on it, like when you schedule the stream right on that page where it says like you can select the latency level, like ultra low latency, or normal. Towards the top of that on the left, at least for me, that's where that dual stream thing is, which I've done in the past. But like I said, it's not there right now. The auto is not very good. Unless you rearrange everything to where you're somehow right in the middle of your screen every single time. You're a rookie on streaming, so no way I got picked. I don't know. Sometimes they just roll that stuff out randomly for people to test. So you might have. Or you're just... You're looking at what I'm looking at. I think I'm hanging back. I've been hitting driver better. I think it's because I've been hanging back on it, but now that's creeping over into my irons. I think I'm hanging back too much in my irons, and I'm catching them all low on the face and thin. I think because I'm hanging back and I'm not getting enough of that weight back forward again to get through it. So I think my speed is probably either the same or up. This is just contact. Like that one I hit down on, or stayed down on. That's close to what we're looking for. Broke double-digit subs today, all without telling my moms and her friends to follow. Congrats, man. It's a. I had someone ask me the other day, like my biggest like tips and tricks kind of thing for like YouTube, and unfortunately, I'm gonna tell him, or I told him the same thing I'm gonna tell you. If I knew of any, I'd be using them myself, but it's more so just you got to stick with it. It's just gonna take a lot longer than you think it probably will. I think it took me like 2 years to get to the requirements. Better work on that short game by Friday. How many videos you can make in a year? Sub grip. Grip and sip. Consistency is key, and tell everyone you know. This may be ugly. I don't know. I started off feeling all right. Now that I'm trying to swing a little bit harder. I think I may play that. Hopefully figure some stuff out here in Landmand. And maybe just come back and hit irons on the range. You tell 10 folks you may get 1 sub. Yeah, I went the opposite route, kind of what Gucci Golf was saying, not telling anyone. I think he was joking, but I didn't really tell anyone. It was kind of weird too. Like I was out when I started out there talking to myself in the backyard playing golf. I don't know. That was better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the old algorithm. I just put stuff out there that I like doing. If people want to watch it, so be it. If not, oh well. Not telling anyone that's in the sim golf world. Analytics paralysis. I mean, there's people that sell courses and stuff. I don't know if they actually figured something out and they charge for it now. I've never done any of that, but I mean, you can either, at the end of the day, you're either doing it like for the sole purpose of like trying to grow. I know there's middle grounds, but you either got to kind of pick like, all right, I'm going to do stuff that I don't necessarily like doing just because it's going to do well, or I'm just going to do the stuff that I like and I don't really care necessarily how optimized and how like that kind of stuff is. There's a blend, but like you'd be pretty hard pressed to find anything that I've done that either like I truly didn't want to do or like wasn't interested in. I mean, at that point, you know, like if that's the case, what's the point? Honestly, the thing about YouTube too, which is can be good. Oh, can be good, but also frustrating, is there's a lot of it that's just seemingly pretty random. Like sometimes you think you find like a pattern and there's just no rhyme or reason why like something does well and something else doesn't, or this is going to be interesting. I'm in that period right now where like my swing feels a little bit wonky and I don't really want to play. But sometimes you just go out there and start playing and you kind of fix. Tough cookie to crack. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I just don't know. Like Glitchy Golf and Grip and Sip kind of said like almost the opposite there. I don't honestly know which one is the better way long term. Sometimes it doesn't even matter. I don't know. Like if there was like obviously if there was a single roadmap that was like easier path travel to YouTube and social media and all that stuff, everyone would do it. So, but I agree with both of that. I mean, in terms of subs, yeah, you can just like tell people to subscribe, but also if they're never watching your stuff, like Glitchy Golf is saying, that's not great. Because basically, algorithms, whether it's TikTok or anything else, like short form, they all work the same, where they just want the most amount of engagement and like active watch time. $3,000 spin. I wish I could do that on command as like a fairway finder, just like a low heel fade. Cute girl's got a mate, I know. Yeah, I hear you, Grip and Sip. I basically just the whole reason it sounds kind of similar. The whole reason why I started is I figured I was going to play golf anyways. So playable result. That's not a great swing. That was pretty high toe. Yeah, I feel you, Stace, man. That's why I have like we're saying 50 for a while. It's probably pushing 75. I literally probably have 75 outdoor rounds that are filmed and not edited. All right. I have a feeling we're going to be a little more wayward than usual off the tee anyway, so I'm going to try to at least keep speed up, try to be around that 160. So maybe I don't hit it great, but at least it'll be somewhat out there and not great. Landmand, here we go. Didn't roll any putts, but 10-foot gimmies. Hopefully we don't have a ton of putts, and if we do, they'll be on the longer side anyways, which are a bit more of a guessing game anyways. All right, sim golf tournaments. HZRDUS Golf League. What did I name this? America's toughest tee time, which apparently is still the case. Some of the boys are going though. Sticeman's going. Danko, Craig, D-Lud, I think. I don't know if I missed anyone. Yellow tees, 10-foot gimmies, Thursday pin. Soft greens. Hard fairways, 11 stimp. 1,300 feet. So we're looking at about 3%. See you, Sticeman. Probably only do indoor. Outdoor is a ton of work. It's fun though. Like honestly, I don't enjoy the editing really no matter what, but the outdoor edits, although they take forever, they are fun kind of going back, especially if you play with people. Like when I do the scramble edits, it's fun kind of listening. But all right, here we go, Landmand. First hole, par 5. We'll hit the flyover. Long hole, long flyover. All right. One of the reasons why I picked this was I remembered it was pretty open. What's up, Captain Frank? Captain Frank in the chat. Send it. Yeah, we're going to swing hard. Spinny, but not terrible. 271, 160. Some of the spin is definitely the fact that I lofted up for the winner. So I'm at 10 degrees. I'm from 8 up to 10, which definitely obviously is spinning a bit more. But not terrible. 208 with the wind uphill to 216. I'm going to try a 5. Didn't draw. Ooh. All right. Firm and soft. Firm and soft. We have an eagle putt, though. Hindsight, knew I was going to have an eagle putt on the first. I probably would have rolled a couple. Jeez. Anyone have any theories out there if 11 stimp rolls any different? I feel like it's a bit slower on soft greens compared to normal or hard firm. So it's probably, although it's 11, it's probably playing like 10.5 on the stimp because of the soft greens. This is up 13. 66 footer. I don't think I even came close to hitting it. Negative. That's a tough, tough eagle putt there. I think this one's actually pretty straight. The first 1 and 2 are going to snap it, but then it comes back. I think maybe, if anything, we'll go there. I believe it's slower since the last update. Only 11, really? Huge greens here. Huge greens, Sticeman. All right, 25. Let's not have a 3-putt. Pulled it. God, that's a 3-putt par. Eagle to par. Not a very good likely eagle opportunity, but that should have been at least an easy birdie. Head there, May. Stice Kamish, Danko Dila. That's a crew right there. 3-putt par. Yeah. That's what they call a bad par. I know there's not that many bad pars, but I think there's bad. There could be bad anything. You could have a tap in for an eagle and miss it, and it would be a bad birdie. Hang on. Don't go down that. Wow. That's lucky. Course knowledge there, boys. Course knowledge. 23 on soft. So we're looking probably closer to 20. $14, that's short. Uphill. $19. Okay. A little too fast, but that was seemingly a pretty straight putt. That was a 0.1. There's going to be some low scores here. And pars on those first two are not it. Those were two. Someone's already 1 under. Angry Bird, maybe? He's playing it with me. He'll probably be 200 through 2. Your chart's been off? Half mile an hour to 11 now? Huh. Vertical stream looks good. Thanks, Dion. How long did I say I was going to go over that mile per hour and kept saying I just need to spend like an hour doing it, and I never did it? Skip it. Negative. Hit it. decently hard. We're cruising in the 160s, low 160s, high 150s, but it's a little too quick there. Oh boy. These soft greens. Thanks, Toast. Destroyed Twisted Six last week. Yeah. Someone sent me a message too. I don't know. I played it early. I just kind of got through those quick because I knew I wanted to watch football and do some stuff on the weekend. And someone messaged me yesterday. I don't know if he wants his name out there or not, but he was like, "Hey, you had a heater last week." I was like, I had to go kind of look back and remember like what the heck I even did. But yeah, feel good tour in the stroke play, I think. Based on how I'm hitting it right now, I'll probably do those later in the week after a couple days off. All right, we're going full pitch and wedge out of here. Oh, I didn't hit it great. It was probably good that I didn't. All right. $16 playing $13. It's crazy. The 2 days, how the swing feels slightly off, reading these putts feels slightly off, hitting the putts like unsure. You just get in that groove where you do it so much, and then you come back after a little bit, and everything's just a little bit not as dialed. That's probably too much. Oh! A little bit less speed that goes. A little bit of pulley pull too. All right. Put this on the green maybe. Hit it harder. Woo!
At Stice Golf tipped $4.99 through Super Chat. Hosel made his challenge Stice Man. Tune in Friday around noon.
Thanks, Stice Man. Man, that's brutal. I heard that. I was about to say how that felt, and then I saw where it was headed, and then Stice Man, appreciate you, Stice Man. Stice Man sent a super chat right all in the middle of that. We are, in fact, appreciate you, Stice Man. Friday will be fun. I appreciate the super chat. That was like a sensory overload there between the drive felt pretty good. I hit it hard, and it was headed right at the pin, and then the super chat all at the same time. I didn't know what I was supposed to focus on there. New putter arrives today. Hey, when in doubt, just buy new stuff. You said, though, I was watching some of yours, Grip and Sip. You said that with you doing you kind of messed around with your flooring a little bit. You thought it was a little bit different putting on that turf or mat or whatever it was. All right. We do not want to be short. There is kind of a flat area there, though. And this does not look right in terms of the mini map. It says I'm only 7 yards away, but obviously that's not the case. Big Dog does this sometimes. I don't do it a ton, but you can actually go like this and figure out. So we have 15 to cover up to, so that's like 17. So I need like a 17 to 20-ish. Just need to adjust. $17 to $20. All right, we're on the board. Call. just in time to give it back with a par 3. 168 with elevation, but they're soft greens. I think if I just hit a good 9, or good 8 rather, if I hit the 8 the way I want to, Toes Pat's 9 Super Bowl still alive. Ebby, honestly, I'm hoping for it. I don't really have. There's probably if I looked at it, I'd probably pick a team other than the Niners for the Patriots to play that are left. But I don't know now without Kittles. But I don't. All that said, I don't really have a dog or a team. Obviously, I'm just a Patriots fan, so I don't really care who the NFC is. But the fact that we've been saying it all year would be cool to see that actually happen. Patriots. I was talking a little bit at the beginning. Patriots a little bit shaky. All the games were honestly awesome to watch. Like every single game, start to finish, was awesome. Really, besides the Pats, I still had a ton of fun watching because they won. It seemed like Drake May was able to move the ball somewhat. Definitely not as effective as he has been, but he moved the ball, and we got some chunk plays and like really good runs from Ramondre Stevenson, all that stuff. Diggs didn't do a ton, but we just weren't able to convert and punch the ball in. So a lot of those decent drives just ended in field goal. And the lowest scoring out of any of them, but we'll see. We're playing the winner of tonight's game between Houston and Pittsburgh, which I hope is Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, but I think if I had to pick between the two. Trick play was the whole game yesterday. Eagles got outcoached. Pats almost pulled off a nice trick play to Drake May down the field. Healy. Kind of getting stuck. Get a bounce. Nope. Finn, Healy, no draw. Now just an impossible putt. Steelers are lucky to even be there. I know. There's a couple teams like that. But in terms of being a Patriots fan, I think just in terms of who would be a not easier team to beat, but more likely to win against, would probably be the Steelers versus the Texans. But we'll see. Kittles was what? An Achilles? 80-footer. It's not even close. I feel like I hit that pretty hard, too. $20-footer. Pulled it. And I juiced it. Agree with all the statements. Kittle blew his Achilles. Drake needs to run more. He's athletic. Take off. You didn't know the Jags and the Panthers were in the playoffs until this weekend? Yeah, I heard you say, Dila, that you like are a casual fan. I think you said you don't follow it super close. But I agree. They'll use Drake May more on the ground. The problem is, though, like you see people that get knocked out of games and those mobile quarterbacks just don't last. So I think where they're at with him is they're trying to balance between like a must-have play in a game, like now in the playoffs, then yeah, he'll run it. But besides that, they're also looking at him. They're looking at him as like the guy, hopefully, I mean, knock on wood, but he's like the franchise guy, hopefully for the next 10, 15 years, obviously would be the plan. So although, yeah, you want him to be more mobile and make those plays, you're also looking, he has such a long runway in front of him. You're also looking at in terms of longevity to where, okay, maybe this one play in this one game, but he doesn't put his body on the line to possibly jeopardize the rest of his career kind of thing. If he doesn't have to, just taking those hits. But yeah, he's mobile. I mean, he's a big dude. Like his family, we've talked about it before. His family is literally, we joke about studs, but that is a family of studs. Super spinny, super heely, into the deep rough and no draw. Try a hybrid out of here. He's got a slide if he does, yeah. Which he did a pretty good job of. It's just the more you run him, the more possibility. And I mean, he had, I think, the highest. Him and Stafford are 1 and 2. Stafford, I think, had him by a lot, by the most touchdowns. But in terms of, I think, completion percentage, I'm pretty sure Drake May was first in the NFL. So it's not like he can't throw the ball, and I think they prefer him to do it. And he's the best downfield, like, big play passer in the NFL this year. So I think that's what they're looking for. Then they'll run it, or they'll take those plays over the middle. They'll run it, too, with their 2 running backs, Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, who've been playing well. And then I think when all that fails and you need a dynamic play, then you let Drake May scramble and run. But 213 and we got 100 yards out of it. Approach wedge. You think the end of Kittle's? He's not that old, is he? May need to simmer. Yep. Hit it decent, too much. Just finished a little Diet Coke action. Shout out to Stice, man. Love me a good DC. All right, little slider. The poll for TNT is up if anyone wants to play Thursday. Man, I just can't buy one today. That's a good roll, too. 0-0, good speed. Wrong line. We'll go 3 wood. You think Ertz and Kittle will struggle to find their stride once they're back? Well, it depends. For something like that, pretty major injury, right? Some guys, though, they seem like now, as modern medicine and everything else seems to get better, they're coming back pretty good, pretty quick and like full strength, it seems like. So hopefully that happens. But if not, you got to look at where he's at in terms of age and like how much left is on his contract. Because someone like that, Kittle, if he wants to, even if he's not his full self, he's so good. He could play kind of like Tony Gonzalez did later on in his career. He could probably play for another 5 to 7 years easy and just not be quite as active. But like I think he'll be back, and he'll just have to take probably a little bit less money from another team on a new deal. But I feel like he'll be around for a while if he wants to keep playing. Come out of it. All right, 53 up to about 64. Probably want to hit this like 60. $54, go. Oh boy. Still service as a blocker. I don't see Hurts coming back though. Cute beard. Thanks, Desert Hat Crew. He's beat up. You gotta figure though. Guys later in the career, they're not doing it anymore for maybe a little bit of legacy, but usually it's not money. It's just because they love doing it. Like Aaron Rodgers, I don't think really has a ton of other reasons to keep playing just because other than he loves what he does. It'd be the same thing. Like we all love golf. If you just like stopped golfing when that's what like all you think about and all you want to do kind of thing. I think a lot of it's that to where, yeah, they get injured, but they're saying like, I love playing football. I'm going to come back. So I don't know. But same thing I was talking about with Drake May and the sliding stuff. Obviously, you got to weigh that too in terms of your family and all that. But all right. Well, at least I got one there. This is mediocre at best. What's up, Hoosier? Ego for that man? Like a 70, 75. $83. That's got to sit. Oh boy. Oh, it's way too much. What am I doing? Wanted like 12 on that, and I hit it 24. Hindsight, probably should have just stayed on the range, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm doing this and not twisted sticks. $22. Number one thing retired hockey players say is they miss the life of the pro. Playing games, eating meals with the boys, lifestyle for them. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, obviously the best, I would assume, would be just that adrenaline and everything else in terms of like football for like on Sundays kind of thing. But obviously also a big part of it is like the locker room, the practices, the summer camps, all that kind of stuff. 0-0, just juiced. God. This for bogey now? It is. It's a 15-footer for bogey. Grippin said, I think I saw a part of where you were saying you were struggling with your putting. This kind of looks like what you were doing, just back and forth. Double? Well, 165 ball speed. PTSD. I don't know much about football. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same thing. Gucci golf, football compared to hockey. One of us. That was just, I mean, lack of concentration, lack of feels. Like, there was no excuse there. I was trying to hit that one shot 12, and I hit it 24. I knew as soon as I hit it, but where the heck are we going? That's just a bad hole. Spinny, but better. Not quite 165, but 271. Bouncy ball bounce in these firm fairways. 63. Up to 64. I think some of it too are these wedge shots that just haven't gone a couple days without hitting wedges. Like, I know I need to hit the 60 degree pretty good, but it's just like that exact feel for not terrible, but a little too juiced. Man, these greens are kind of tough. These are Thursday pins too. Like, there hasn't been a whole lot of straight putts so far. This thing is snapping. Come on. Another 0-0. I just juiced it again, but wasn't enough break. So, I mean, so far we've had what? Eagle. We had an eagle putt. We've had a couple birdie putts, and we've had one bird. That double just kind of is what it is, but should realistically be even with that double, even one under, maybe even two. Hit the like button for Hosel. Appreciate it, group and set. Oh, the club twisted. That was a double whammy. My left foot slipped and the club twisted. All right, up to 126. I think it's just a pitch and wedge. .2 left. Scold it. This is getting ugly. A twisted stick. My brain's twisted right now. My golf game's twisted too. Handicap's getting twisted. As long as the Patriots don't get twisted, we're good. Man, this is down a ton. That's not even a terrible putt. It's just sometimes you have those days, and sometimes you get a couple of them in a row where those putts just seem to go more often than not, and then you expect them to keep dropping. Angry Bird still beat me. Oh, he stopped after 1 though. He's still on 1. He's 1 under on 1 or after 1. I don't know. Grip and Sip is the first time, so I don't think. From what I've heard, it's like YouTube's tough. That's even tougher from what I've heard. So a lot of these will just end up literally no one watches. But if you have an account though, Grip and Sip or anyone else, I'd appreciate if you have Amazon Prime. You get a free Prime sub that you can use. If it's unused, I'd appreciate it if you use it there. Because my plan is to keep streaming, so free way to support the channel. If you get any value out of Thursday Night Thunder, the Discord, any of the videos, live streams, it does mean a lot. Just spinning out, catching everything thin and heely. But for anyone watching live or in the replay, I would appreciate it. All you have to do is either make a Twitch account if you have one. If not, it takes about 2 seconds with an email, and you just link it to your Amazon Prime, and I would appreciate it. I did it the other night. It takes about less than 5 minutes. Not even close. I wanted like 25.
Griffey_gaming just subscribed.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Grip and Sip. I was just about to say, if you happen to subscribe while I'm live, cool little pop-up comes up too. Appreciate you, man. Again, free. You get, if you have Amazon Prime, because Amazon owns Twitch, you get a free Prime sub that you can just use. So it's basically the same thing as like a YouTube membership. I'll have to add Grip and Sip down below now. But good way to, instead of like a super chat or something, good way to, like I said, support the channel for free. Literally doesn't cost you a penny extra. 31. Just give me one. God. Let me just try something. Appreciate you, Grip and Sip. There you go, buddy. Appreciate it. Got to support. Couldn't do YouTube. This way I can do it. I appreciate it. The goal is just hopefully keep building this. You guys hopefully come along for the ride as well. And hopefully I do stuff that makes it fun to play or is helpful. That kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't have to mess with this later. I just had an idea, but I don't think it's going to work. All right. Problem is, I was trying to have this. I even brought another computer out here, my laptop, old laptop, to see. But even that's now not cooperating. So things are just going down the tubes all the way across. $112. Go. Get a bounce. Oh, never mind. Sit. Elevation. All right, there we go. We got one of those stupid double bogey strokes back. Let's get this. We'll 100% get this back to even if I stop playing like a jackwagon. But the goal here, all right, this is downhill too. Goal here is to finish in red figures, which I think is very doable. We're on 13. This course is pretty open. I just got to stop giving myself 60-foot putts. Well, felt better than 248 with that much spin, to be honest. I mean, it was 159. Usually anything usually around 160 feels like I hit it pretty hard. A lot of side spin, though. A lot of backspin. 63, probably up towards 70. $74. All right, there's a good start to the comeback. Call. 157. Give me 1 second. Heard a truck backing up. I've already taken enough breaks on this stream, so apologies a little bit slower here today, but we'll get back to our regular type of stream here over the next couple days. All right. Finally getting GSPro today after having my square for a year. Looking forward to playing. That's awesome. One man woodchuck. Welcome to the crazies. Yeah, join. Good to have you. Hopefully we can play online. Kind of sounds similar to I used my Garmin R10 for about 2 years in the backyard outside without GSPro. GSPro is awesome. All right, smooth 8. Yeah, join the Discord. It's where all the cool kids hang out. Discord's free. I know some people don't use it, but Discord's free. It's really more of just like a big group chat. But we also use it for playing online between. It basically has like a built-in Zoom call function that works really well. That was actually a better swing. That was like the number right at it. I just didn't need to hit it that hard. That was better though. Back to the target there. I didn't spin out. I actually drew it. A little bit lower on spin, but we'll take that compared to some of the other ones. Some of these putts, honestly, are kind of demoralizing too. 41. Not even close to hard enough. Get in the circle. I topped it. Community of degenerates. Yeah, Discord. Well, Discord on top of it too. If you have any questions setting up, it's another good place for it. So like Discord, we usually, when we're playing online, there's both the desktop app and honestly the app on your phone is really good. I use it mostly on my phone to be able to talk to people and answer questions, ask questions kind of stuff. But we all use it on our desktop as well on the GSPro computer while we're playing live. You have it? All right, cool. The link should be floating around somewhere in the chat if you scroll up. If not, you can do exclamation mark and then Discord, all like one word, and a link will pop up. Mainly use TeamSpeak. I've never even heard of TeamSpeak, to be honest with you. Oh, man. Club almost came out of my hand on that. Old school gamer. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like a lot of the stuff we do in terms of streaming and playing online, with like Discord's big in like those gamer communities, so a lot of it is gamer type of stuff. Old school CS player in the chat. What was that? Counter-Strike, maybe? I've literally never played it, but I've heard people say it. Oh. Believe it or not, that was off the toe. That was so far off the toe, and the face was so open. 7.6 open. Let's hit a hard 56, see what happens. Well, not quite. I mean, I can't remember another round I've had this many, like 60-foot putts. The fact that we're even anywhere close to even. I honestly picked this. This would be easier this week. This thing comes back, doesn't it? Whatever. Come back off that hill somehow. Tired of leaving those stupid putts short. Athlete and gamer. Some more gamer than athlete. See, I'm the other way. I was going to say, too, having what I was just saying about being a lot of this stuff being gamer between Discord and like the streaming and all that stuff, which I wish I just was never a gamer. I always never played a ton of video games, so I didn't know. Like, I'm learning all this stuff for the first time versus some people that also played video games are more familiar with a lot of it. But yeah, I would definitely say I would put myself more in the, for sure, the athlete category. Not a good one, but athlete category than gamer. I mean, I guess a good example is literally this. Hey, we got one. This is about as far as I go in terms of gaming. Better. That was a little bit of take some frustration out. Sim racing for 4 years before wanting to give up sim or wanting to give sim golf deep dive. I think that's been, I've seen a couple people that do that. Big Dog has one of those too. He did that. I don't know if he still does much of it now, but he did the same thing. There's been a couple people like that. It's weird how like certain things like that kind of cross over somehow. I'm looking for about 60-ish. 47. Well, I think I'm doing the ladder after this. Another 50-footer. All right, 2 holes to get to red figures. Now, I don't mind the 245-yard par 4. There's a lot of room back there. Let's hit 3-wood. It looks like a pretty big hill, but decent chance if I hit 3 hybrid good, about like 225-ish, 220, somewhere around there. That probably rolls up in these firm fairways, but this thing has a chance to possibly fly closer towards the actual green. Simmer, soft greens. I think that was the play because it took that hill all out of it. I even caught that a little thin. That wasn't even the best, but not terrible. Another roller coaster putt, but at least it's for eagle. So this is down 21. This is a 19-foot putt. Now breaks at the start and then back again Nothing in the middle and then breaks again at the end. We'll try that. I hear guys talking about the ladder, can never find it. Well, you're in luck, Grip and Sip. Another, this hole, one more after, and then I'll show you exactly how to do it. Maybe too firm. That's got to simmer. Hit the cup and simmer. All right. Call. Ooh, we got a par 5 to finish. All right, let's get one more. Someone will probably go 12, 13, 14, 15 under here. Were any of you here? I did that too. I did 2 of them on Friday, right? Like I played with my buddy. I was gonna ask if anyone was watching that live. Ruben Tip, I think you were in there. You were talking about the Great White North. Crushing It was in there. Rock Tato was in there. TK was was a character. Not terrible. Still kind of lower on the face with some spin, but I think we're going to try a smooth 6 instead of a hard 7. Elevation. I know we're into a little bit of wind, but looks like the pin. I'd rather be a little bit short and have a putt then possibly fly it and then catch the firm off the back. That's going to be well short, but we're going to putt for eagle. Need him more often. He's hilarious. Dude was funny. Kept trying to rile up the chat. Funny little fella. I mean, he's not that little. I know it was tough. He's definitely taller than me. I think he's... I know you're just kidding, but yeah, he's a character. I don't know. I don't think he knew exactly what to expect. I was like, yeah, we're going to live stream. And he mentioned something. I can't remember if it was either before or after. It was probably after. Something about one of those, like, I forget who he said, one of the huge streamers, where he probably just expects the chats to be, like, unreadable. There's so much. I think maybe he had the anticipation that the chat was just going to be, like, on fire. Another crazy putt. Up 15. Pretty bad. Massive pull, way too hard. We're probably going to end up with another. Was that the first hole we did that? Par 5? I think we did, right? We had an eagle putt and ended up with a par. I think that's going to kind of be the moral of this this round today. Starting and ending with a 3 putt for par. Unless this happens to go in. $1 million challenges and pranks. Wow, that's lucky. I smoked that. All right, 1 under or 2 under. That was pretty bad. Ladder time. We'll take a look at the stats quick just so we don't close out of it too quick. But 7 out of 18 greens in regulation somehow. We'll take that. But 11 pars, 5 birdies, 1 bogey, 1 double, 308 longest drive, 286 average, 158, 164, 105 feet of putting, 36 putts, 59 minutes on the gameplay. Honestly, it felt longer than that because I was checking some stuff, but apologies for being a little discombobulated here. But hopefully, over the course of this week, I get stuff straightened out, hopefully. To all the stuff I've been experimenting with and researching and spending probably too much time, like I said, on trying to figure stuff out. All right, Griffin said, if you're watching, to do the ladder, so you just go practice, load up the range. And then up here, I don't know if yours is any place different. I don't think so, but the top left where it says driving range distance, there's a little down arrow here. You click that, and now we're on driving range, and right now it's set on standard. You just go to the ladder right here. And then I always do 25 is the lowest you can go. That doesn't matter. You can do like just a quick set, but I usually go 25 to about like 105, 110. I do attempts per level 3, needed per level 1, 5-yard distance steps, so it increases every 5 yards. I do 10% to make it a little bit easier. I do total, and I go down a level if I miss one instead of starting over. And it just brings you all the way up from 25 and 5-yard increments all the way up to that 105 or whatever. And then you do the 105 twice and then come back down. Tell you what, Sticeman better... never thought to even look there. Sticeman better be careful. I'm going to do this a couple times this week. I'm going to dial in these wedges. I prefer the playground as opposed to the dynamic hole. Love the ladder drill too. Honestly, I mean, the dynamic hole is cool. I don't know if I've ever like used it. I've done it, like showed it a couple times. I've gone into it for like a video kind of thing. But personally for me, the regular range, that's just the easiest. It loads up. I just hit balls there. And then this is more so, I could do the same thing on the range, but it's just hitting into like forcing myself to hit these numbers. But I mean, you could do this on the range. You could just hit, like for this, I want to hit pretty much fly everything 5 short. So I want to hit this 20. You could just do that on the range, but nope. I'm like trying to scoop it and like help it in the air. Better. All right, now we can hit 25. Or 20 again. Seems like a lot of guys like the dynamic. Yeah, I mean, more power to you. I don't have anything against it. I just don't use it a ton. I feel like for the most part, I play enough where I kind of come out, man. Most of the time I just come out, and today was lengthier than usual, but if I like playing online, 10, 15, 20 minutes just on the actual range, and I go right into it kind of thing. I get, though, the dynamic, if you want to work on like a certain shot, where if you put it to an island green to force yourself kind of thing. That's deep. This is a good representation of where my wedge game is currently at least today. There's days where I do this and I just zip through from start to end and just keep hitting numbers. And there's days like this where I'm just all over the place. Now I'm back down to level 1. Too much. No, that's fine. So even that one came out 20. That one felt like a 25 or 30. Real and feel is not matching up. Like that one, that's 7 long. I'm trying to hit this 25. Maybe. Barely. Those first couple, because it's only the 10%, those first couple are tougher. These gimme circles start to get bigger and bigger now with the 10% set. That is 10 short. I was trying to hit that 30. Still short. We may just, at this rate, we may just be here all day on these first like 3 levels. No, it's too much. All right, back down to level 2. Feel is just not there. It's like I'm off by like 10 yards every time. Practice putting. Luma has one. He built a course. It's like Luma's putting center. It's basically probably what you're looking for. It has straight holes, long holes, short holes, holes that have putts breaking both ways. You just load it up under go on course practice, and you can keep hitting the same putt over and over again, and then just move yourself around. So that was 46. That was supposed to be a 35. Spin. How am I better at these longer distances than those shorter ones? I know that's a little wayward, but that was closer to the number I'm trying to hit. Jeez. How's that go that far with a 60? Oh, God. It's going to work, but that is terrible. Not even close. Sticeman better be ready for a shootout. I thought I read that first. I gotta make that chat bigger too. I read that first as a shout out. I was like, shout out for what? The shootout for the pitch and putt. We'll see. Just a little rusty, and like I was saying, my mind's kind of. I'm already trying to figure out how I can fix some of the stuff that didn't work. So, by the time Friday comes around, I'll do this. I may even do this every day, either as a warm up or at the end, or maybe even both. But we'll dial back in here for old Stice. Oh man! As soon as I say that, we'll dial in for old Stice, man. Spin. Needed 65 this time. I needed 70 last time. Wrong club. I'm trying to baby that 56 in there instead of being lazy and switching to a 60. Still way short. Like the 1v1 formats more than scrambles. Same with alternate shot. You saying you like them in terms of playing or watching, or both? Man, these short distances, like inside 50 yards, just terrible right now. No feel. Nope. Still 10 off. I'm trying to hit at 45. Content-wise, well, scramble partner saving me. Content's always better than winner-loser scenario, in my opinion. Yeah, I could see that. I just like, I mean, scrambles are fun just because they're fun playing, low pressure. You get more people that are more comfortable with it. Alt shot, honestly, until you've done it, I don't know if you have or not, but like live with like other teammates, we've done that a couple times where like they're counting on you. There is a lot more pressure, and a lot of guys, they just don't find it quite as enjoyable. I think it's fun to switch up stuff with that, but I agree if you actually want to win, like you don't want to let your team down kind of thing, it is kind of stressful in terms of similar. I think alternate shots it's way more stressful than 1v1 because 1v1, if you just play bad, it's on you. Alternate shot, if you start hitting bad shots, your partner's kind of standing there saying, all right, when's this guy going to turn things around here? And honestly, the 1v1s are kind of tough. Murph. Alt shot equals divorce golf. Yeah. The 1v1s are tough too, just because there's people with so many varying skill levels. It's honestly kind of tough finding someone that's like you're basically exact same skill level. But golf is funny like that. Like you can have just streaky performances, both good and bad, kind of out of nowhere and play like well above and well below your actual like skill level, which is tough. But I think what I'm saying in terms of like 1v1, finding someone that like if you played 10 times, it would literally be a toss-up like 5-5 who would win. Those are tougher than you would think to find people that match up exactly. And it kind of removes the whole fun of playing different people if you're just playing the same person over and over again. But the 1v1s are fun. Like, it was really fun playing against Luma. The only problem with that is when you handicap it, yeah, I won. And I was, like, happy with how I played, but it was still kind of a win with an asterisk. To me, one-on-one needs to be, like, straight up gross. Man. I think I'm gonna call it quits after this, but these last couple are just been a struggle. Hopefully tonight will be a good game. Ideally, it's a what are we doing? Ideally, it's a good game, and I think ideally I'd rather play the Steelers than the Texans. So hopefully it's a really close game, and the Steelers end up winning 35. 37. Get some actual work done later. How's it? See you, Grip and Sip. Really appreciate the Twitch sub. Anyone tuning in, Grip and Sip either had a Twitch account or made a Twitch account, and all you have to do is link it to your Amazon Prime account, and you get one free. It's basically like a YouTube membership. You get one free one per month, just because Amazon owns Twitch. So C-Drum, he's actually the second one. C-Drum was the first. C-Drum and Grip and Sip were kind enough to link it up and use their free Prime sub. I looked it up. I'm not super familiar with that stuff, but I think it's $5 is what it's technically worth. But then I'm pretty sure I get $2.50. I think they keep half of it. But either way, good way, like I mentioned, to support the channel at no additional cost, which I would greatly appreciate. And when I say I may be done after this, I literally may be here all day just because I can't hit these numbers. So we may be going for another 8 hours here. I'm tugging everything too. I just can't hit. I can't hit the number I'm trying to hit. All right, we got one. 25. Hit it 25 yards. Too much. 30, spin. Still too much. Oh, should have pulled the pin. You got out to 95 yards taking a break. Well, hopefully yours is going better than mine, Toast. This has been ugly. Like I said, some days I just zip through it. That still may be short too. Some days I zip through it literally just like almost one go all the way back and forward. This thing has been, feels like I've been doing this for like an hour. I just can't hit these stupid numbers. Finally. 68 shots. What did that say? That went away too quick. This ain't no Landmand. What's up, FFK? I just played. I shot, what was it, 2 under. Took a couple days off, and the rust is showing. That was really ugly. I just did that ladder drill. That took forever. I just have like a mental block. Can't seem to hit a certain number. But Landmand was, nah. It's one of those we were talking about a little bit before Flying Fat Kid. I mean, it's all relative, right? But there is such a good thing. Like, I started off 1 in 18. I had eagle putts on both of those holes, which are par 5s, and I ended up with pars on both. So there is such a thing as like a bad par, bad birdie. It was just a lot of that. Wedges, terrible. Putting, not very good. But red figures. It wasn't horrendous. It wasn't a blow up score. It just, that's one of those courses someone will probably go 10, 15 under at. But I think that's going to do it. We will likely be out here tomorrow and hopefully play better. I want you guys to check out one of the things I added. You can see it at the beginning, at least hopefully it worked. I added some start screen and end screen, little cool things. So as soon as I switch this over, I'll leave it up for like a minute or two at the start and the end. It's kind of cool, or at least I thought it was. Hello, Sarah from India. Welcome, Amarjeet. See you, FFK. Thanks for stopping in. All right, clubs are back. Let me show you my cool end screen while I shut these things down. Appreciate Sticeman sent a super chat earlier, $5 super chat. Shout out to Sticeman. Me and him are going to be playing as long as everything goes to plan. See you, Hoosier. If everything goes to plan, me and Sticeman are going to be playing 1v1 for the Twisted Sticks pitch and putt on Friday afternoon, right around 1 o'clock. Shout out to Sticeman and shout out to Grip and Sip for becoming a sub over on Twitch. I appreciate it. But whether you are a member or not, or became a sub or not, or sent a super chat or not, I appreciate you guys watching. And hopefully figure out some of the stuff that didn't go so good today, both in terms of golf and streaming, and be able to figure it out for tomorrow or the next day. But appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Here's my cool end screen.